It's me. This is my vengeance. The promise hung in the humid July air, thick as cicada's song, thicker than the tears blurring my vision. Protect me. My sister Clara had declared it a mere fortnight before Mom's funeral, her fingers icy on my wrist despite the August sun. Soaked in black crepe, I'd managed a watery smile. Now watching her glide into the Heritage Oak door, I prayed she kept her word. I'd bled 2 years salvaging Bloom, my AI soil nutrient optimizer for drought regions. I'd coded through panic attacks, a caffeine-laced haze, measured out grief in lines of Python, poured my soul into algorithms that might save the world. But even as venture capitalists circled like hyenas, sensing blood in the water, only Clara understood. She saw the algorithm as an art form, a reflection of our childhood spent on our father's farm, him cursing the parched fields, us dreaming of rain. Then came the night before her big reveal. Whiskey-fogged midnight, the glow of the server rack illuminating her face. Her pupils dilating like black holes. "Sis," she breathed, eyes shining with inspiration. "I can feel it, the algorithm, it's the answer." I knew what she meant. For 2 months, I'd seen it dawning in her eyes, too. Bloom was the solution. I wanted to scream, "Mine, it's mine." But her lips sealed the unspoken. "You'll help me execute," she said, her voice a prayer. "We'll do this together." And then she smiled, the triumphant smirk I knew so well, the one she wore in high school when she bested me at Pig Latin. Only this time it was different. It was cruel. Her text arrived at dawn, stark and starkly beautiful. "Tell me how it ends." Inspiration strikes, sis, but execution beats daydreaming. My throat swelled shut. Battery acid bubbling behind my ribs, I slammed my fist into the drywall. Plaster snowing on the floor, mirroring the numbers cascading from Bloom's financial projections. Blood beating on my metacarpals, tasting like copper and dead dreams. 2 days later, Dad beamed at me over his second bowl of Clara's famous shrimp scampi, oblivious. "She's always been a firecracker," he said, chuckling. "Just like her mother." As if sensing my turmoil, a hummingbird darted to the open window, hovered, then disappeared into the bougainvillea. I choked down the bite of fish in my mouth, its metallic tang mingling with the coppery taste on my tongue. That afternoon, I watched her from afar, perched on a barstool outside the cafe, sipping iced tea. I watched as she entered the seed investor meeting, her back straightening, chin tilting up, a queen entering her court. She'd poisoned the VCs against me, hijacked my pitch deck, flaunted her Forbes 30 under 30 plaque, a trophy I'd helped her polish at her dad's retirement brunch. While I poured orange juice, she sat opposite venture capitalist sharks, her throaty laugh like nails on a chalkboard. "Still playing Farm Sims, sweetie?" Her giggle was a scalpel between my ribs, carving out envy as keen as any wound. At 1 a.m., I dry-heaved over the porcelain throne, staring at the stranger in the mirror. Where was the meek girl who dreamed of growing sunflowers? In her place stood someone hardened, hollowed out by betrayal, the ghost of a smile hovering above teeth bared like a wolf's. That midnight, I dissected her cap table. Her private equity knight in shining armor, Silas Thorne, glowed on the monitor. He'd made his fortune buying troubled companies, stripping them bare, selling the scraps and leaving the bones to rot. With a 43% stake, he was circling like a buzzard, ready to pounce. I dug deeper, frantic. My palms dampened not with terror, but with retribution. Solidifying, I pawned my engagement ring, sold Mom's vintage Chanel suit, maxed 8 credit cards, then marched into Thorne's steel and glass fortress wearing discount store slacks. He looked up from his phone, eyes narrowed. "Make it snappy, girl. My yacht needs polishing." I slid the dossier across the onyx desk, screenshots of his Swiss vaults, wire transfers proving bribery. His face blanched, the Botox faltering for a heartbeat. "What do you require?" His fountain pen hissed across parchment. "Your TerraGrow equity for $1 single." His gaze was a laser drill. Hours later, my phone buzzed. The meeting was set. Board members floated in, faces like porcelain masks hiding obsidian eyes. No cameras allowed. The room was a tomb. I strode in, shutting the door behind me. Their heads snapped up, eyes boring into me like hypodermic needles. I flipped to the first slide, Meet TerraGrow, the future of agriculture, Clara's face beaming, our shared past, our interwoven history. Then I flipped to the next slide, my slide. Meet Bloom, the future of agriculture. Me minus 2 years, me plus blood, sweat, tears. The silence was a physical thing pressing against the sterile walls. Then Clara entered, her CEO perch gleaming under the harsh fluorescent lights. She didn't notice me lurking near the potted ferns until I settled into her ergonomic throne. "Security," she hissed, her voice brittle. "Remove her." "I'm not going anywhere," I said, my voice surprisingly steady. "Not until I'm done." Her face contorted. "Motion to terminate TerraGrow, permanently end the company." All hands shot up except for mine. "All in favor?" The president droned, eyes fixed on me. All for one and one for all, the board members echoed, their voices like the death knell of a ship. She did not hesitate. She did not look at me. She cut me out of the equation. She moved decisively, like the blade of a guillotine severing a head from a body. She sent me away headless and bleeding, then plunged the final knife. Her thin lips curving into a triumphant smile. My name is Amara Vance. This is my revenge. She leapt from the boardroom like a warrior queen claiming her spoils, unaware that within me smoldered the ashes of a wildfire. Outside, the city roared, indifferent to the seismic shifts occurring within the boardroom. But there I stood, a spectator to the demolition of my life's work. Her victory lap was complete. She thought she'd won, that she'd silenced the girl who dared dream bigger than her. She believed she'd buried Bloom beneath the weight of her ambition. But she hadn't reckoned with the ferocity of a wounded bird, the tenacity of a sunflower reaching for the sun, the resilience of a drought-stricken seed that refuses to wither. She didn't realize that in her quest for triumph, she'd inadvertently watered the roots of my rage. Weeks crawled by, each hour punctuated by the echo of her laughter, the ghost of her victory echoing in the corridors of my heart. I retreated into the shell of my former self, the girl who dreamed of farming, the one who confided in her sister, the one who trusted. Yet beneath the surface, a transformation was brewing. Then the offer arrived, a lifeline extending from the depths of my despair. One evening, as dusk painted the sky in hues of regret and remembrance, the email popped up, innocuous, almost casual. 8 figures to resurrect Terragro. I read it again and again, each number seared into my retinas like branding iron. The same financier, the man who'd sneered at my naivete, the man who'd labeled my concept of folly was offering to fund my ruin. And I let the invitation sit there, a live coal in my inbox, warming, spreading, burning. As the days waned, I heard whispers of Clara's triumph. The media lapped up her story. Terragro became a household name. Farmers across the country donned the company t-shirts emblazoned with the slogan "Feeding the World." But amidst the celebrations, a seed of doubt sprouted in her fertile kingdom.